What's up, everybody? It's your boy Hard Facts, back like Craig Mack with that brand new flavor in your ear. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Hi, my name is Jillian. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Canada. The highest level of education completed was high school. I decided not to go to college, and I said I'm single, right? Another
Yeah.
Just
Single,
say
all right.
Just one more time.
And then what do you do for work?
I'm a writer.
Okay. It's not for Vice though, right?
No,
Okay.
I saw that on the comment.
Yeah, fuck
No.
Vice. Okay. What about you?
I don't leave the house that much, but
We could
what
tell.
I do, I listen to live jazz music.
Okay.
I play sports on the beach. I play
Okay.
a lot of sports,
Okay.
so maybe. I go to the farmer's market on Sundays.
Okay.
I go to church.
Nerd.
Don't give too much info.
She's telling you where to find them.
Yeah,
She's telling you where to find
I
them.
really don't know where to find them.
The
Okay.
library.
What about you?
Don't trust that girl from Canada in the red dress. Something off, bro.
No, but someone else said she's the most feminine woman out there, and that's what she comes off as to me, as the epitome
No,
of
but
femininity.
he's saying that she's so perfect.
At
Something
least
has to
women
go
on
off.
the
Oh,
panel
okay.
are
I thought he was saying
acknowledging
that.
it.
Respond to that.
I think that's a compliment. So thank you.
I saw this video in 5 to 15 minute segments of that full interview, and she's the personification of femininity. During that interview, she spoke when spoken to. When she was asked her opinion, her thoughts about something, her ideas on something, everyone gave her the floor. Everyone stopped and listened. No one overtalked her. No one interjected aggressively, so on and so forth, because she didn't do that. Regardless of if the person speaking at the moment was a female or a male, if it was a male who was strong and aggressive in his tone and delivery, so on and so forth, when the questions went to her and that person was speaking, but the direction went to her, everybody stopped and gave her the floor. That's what her femininity asked for. I'm not even going to say it demanded it or commanded it. I don't want to put any masculine tones to her. If you see that video, that's just what her femininity asked for. Everybody stopped and gave her the floor. She's very feminine in the way she speaks. She's soft-spoken, but you can tell that she's intelligent. She can think. She has intelligence put to her thoughts about what she's speaking on. Everybody gave her the floor. That's femininity in its essence. Not posturing and I'm every woman hear me roar and trying to push your thoughts around, and that ain't it. But she is definitely it. She said that she's a high school graduate, chose not to go to college, so she doesn't have all of these accolades and boss B background, but the point is, a quality man will marry her quick because of what her femininity brings to the table, what it offers him.
Then a woman who doesn't listen does not belong in your life. I shall explain. A woman who doesn't take corrections from you, a woman who doesn't take instructions from you, a woman who doesn't take direction from you is dangerous. That woman is condescending and arrogant. She thinks she's doing you a favor by being in a relationship with you. That woman thinks she is better than you and deserves to be with someone who is better than you, richer than you, more successful than you.
So the part about a disrespectful woman thinking that she should be with someone else, that's exactly what her disrespect is saying. She doesn't respect you, but yet she's with you for whatever reasons. Could be, she could have her own ulterior motives, so on and so forth, but she disrespects you. So the moment that another man that she respects comes around, she'll leave you for him. And here's the thing. The fact that she respects this other man could simply be she thinks she respects him, or she thinks that she will respect him when they're in a relationship, possibly. But she'll disrespect him too. Point being is she thinks that she'll respect him. But if she's a disrespectful woman, she's disrespectful. But while she's with you, a man she's already disrespecting and doesn't respect, and she sees this other man, and whatever about him, that situation looks better to her, from the onset, there will be this level of respect there, because she's not with that possible guy, the new guy. She doesn't really know him and doesn't have access to him to disrespect him like that. But once she has the access, she'll disrespect him too.
That woman is disrespectful, always arguing with you, always creating unnecessary drama, giving you no peace because she wants to prove a point. That woman is unfaithful, ungrateful, disloyal, and treacherous. She will betray you, humiliate you, and abandon you for another man. Stop trying to change her. That woman will ruin you. Run when you still can.
Facts. I've been through that with a woman. Very disrespectful. As far as ruin you, her disrespect affected me greatly in a professional way. And she didn't have to do what she did, but she would pretty much, the scenario was, she would call me, and she was put on notice that she was doing this, so she knew what was going on. She would call me literally back to back hundreds of times during the day while I was in meetings with important people. And the phone would just be just going off to the point where I would have to leave the phone in another room or in the car. I couldn't even have my phone on me. And her disrespect in relation to my profession and my work hours, so on and so forth. That's my example I'm going to give you, to where a woman who is of a woman who doesn't have quality, her level of disrespect has no limits, and she doesn't care.
Do you think I'm a good sister?
No.
Bro, why?
You're my sister. You're mean to me.
Not all the time. Bro, we live in
You're saying
different
this shit because
states.
you're on a podcast.
No, we live in different states. How I mean, I mean to when you're failing your classes. Yeah.
I'm not failing.
A D.
It's not failing.
That's a D. It's failing.
It's definitely
F is
felt.
failing. F
A
is
D is failing.
For you it is, because you're an A+ child.
Right, I am.
Shut the hell up. You're literally doing your career isn't only. You can't be talking. You're
He
doing.
got in
You're
her ass
selling
real quick.
pictures of whatever. You can't be saying. All that studying was
Facts.
for what? For what?
Facts. This is the reason he went there. Because for something as little as her talking about his grades, his resentment had been boiling. It had been sitting with him boiling. The resentment had been boiling. And on that podcast, on Front Street, for something as little as his grades, he let it be known where he stands with her, how he feels, what he thinks. He doesn't think highly of what she does. And men in a woman's life who are close to her and who love her, which would more than likely be family members, this is what we all think of that work and that kind of woman and a city girl and a 304, because essentially all of that culminates to riding the cock carousel, whether it's OnlyFans or whether it's in your dating life. This is what we think. Only men who aren't going to share that sentiment is the men who watch your content and they want to get off to you or they want to get off with you. And should a woman be with any of those men as a significant other, he's not going to have disdain for her because he knew what he accepted and what he was brought into. So the only men who won't have disdain are simps. The guys who are buying your content. The guys who are pretty much enabling your behavior. The significant others, the boyfriends or the husbands and so on and so forth, whom are with you while you're doing this. Simps. But men who care about you, they share the same sentiments that this younger brother had.
If you wanted to be a wife in the 1950s, these are the things you would have to be able to do.
Pay attention, ladies.
No food. She must know how to set her table attractively. She must know how to make her home comfortable and inviting. She must know the worth of labor-saving devices and how best to conserve her time and energy. She must know
Smart.
clothes, how to buy and how to make them. She must face death.
Look at her face.
To bring
She must not
children
agree.
into the world. She must raise them, care for them, and pilot them safely to the threshold of manhood and womanhood.
Only thing she agreed with is the kids.
To her husband, she must be a
In my
companion,
opinion,
a sweetheart, a wife, and a mother. She must stir his
She halfway
ambition,
agree with that.
pull him through fears, and keep success from hurting him.
And she's questioning that.
She must make social contacts. She must widen her own horizon and find time for culture.
I think the woman who posted the video or who was in the video reacting, I think that she probably, from her facial expressions, disagreed with most of it. That video of how to be a wife from the 1950s more than likely was something informational, educational that they shot back in the 50s and probably showed it to kids in high school for home economics, so on and so forth. But yeah, that was the wife of yesteryears, a real wife, a wife of the 50s and 60s, before the woman's sexual liberation bullshit movement of the 70s. But yeah, that's a wife. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments about it. But that's the wife that men want. That's what we're going for. All of that in that video is stuff that y'all modern women would say is slavery. Y'all would equate all of that to slavery. But want men to be traditional and not think of anything that is male gender duties as slavery. But yeah, women like that are far removed from today. The 50s in the grand scheme of time was a short time ago. 75 years ago is a short time in comparison in relation to time. In relation to a human life, it's a lifetime ago. But still, the 50s was around the corner. Women of today, the modern woman, is far removed from being a wife. And the kind of wives that you women want to be nowadays is not a wife. You women today are not wives. You're far removed from it. You do nothing that's in the video. And it is the demise of the nuclear family. The woman of the 50s, that's where we had the nuclear family, because it was a contribution to community and society. What came from that family, what came from the development of a wife being a wife and a husband being a husband. What we have today is the demise of the nuclear family. The women of today, their wife quality does not contribute to society and community. It's too much divorce going on, too many single parent homes, too many I don't need a man, I'm a boss B. It's too much of that going on within relationships and within the way that women want to interact with men, or what women see as the appropriate interaction with men.
I have to be honest, the age that works for you. When
Yeah,
you feel like,
this is so vague. Give me a range. Give me a range, man.
okay, well, let me say this. This is why I say this. I have college because Kevin, I want to answer the question.
This is why young. I'm gonna stop you right here, man. I'm gonna stop you right here, and I'm gonna stop you right here. This is why young women are stop coming to you, ladies. This is as the woman who called my show last night asked me, "Who are you to be giving all this advice?" And then there's 46-year-old woman. Young women are stop listening to y'all because you won't stop. There's a reason there are 32,000 people watching my show, and a lot of them are women, because you're not telling them the truth. You won't be direct with them. You won't just tell them, look, if you want to have your career, it's going to cost you.
That statement piggybacks off of the last video. It's going to cost you a husband to be the modern woman of today. The boss bee, the accolades and accomplishments and college education and chasing your career with the education. And it's going to cost you a husband, because men don't want that kind of wife. Because her being involved in all of that doesn't allow her to be a wife. It doesn't allow her to develop as a wife. That's the problem with that. And there's no such thing as, why can't I have that and be a wife too? There's no such thing, because being involved in all of that doesn't allow you to develop as a wife. You're too busy with the rest of that. And all of the energy that comes with that, when it transitions into the household, it transitions in a very masculine way, because you've been in the boardroom all day.
You won't tell them that if you want to get married and have kids, you need to do it before a certain age to have a better shot. You know better, but you won't tell them.
No. Let me say this. I was engaged when I was in my 20s to my college sweetheart.
I ain't asking about you.
Kevin, let me just give you, because I'm going to give you the answer. And I made a choice.
She was engaged.
I made a choice not to get married, right? And I don't have kids to this day. So I could say I have regrets because I could be married and have
what
children.
Age?
That was like 25.
What age would you tell the women? I ain't asking about you.
I'm trying to answer it, but you won't let me answer it.
No, I just need you to give me the age. I don't need the background. Give me the age. They're between the ages of 21 and 50. What age, if you want to get married and have a family, what age did they start prioritizing?
You allow me to answer, Kevin.
I'm allow you to give me an age. I'm going to end this conversation.
I know a girl that
she won't be direct.
I'm allowing you to give me an age range.
Kevin,
right.
Oh my God, it was
all
nice
right.
talking to you.
Yep. This is why they're not listening to you anymore. This is why. This is a woman talking about our running relationship channel. And I asked
this video is what blew Kendra up to being as known as she is
they don't
today.
Want to tell you.
In a conversation, to get to a understanding, which you can only have from a point, getting to a point, you have to have direct statements being made, direct information given, and direct answers being given when questioned. What she did is what women typically do when they don't want that direct answer and that conclusion from it to be something that makes them pivot, makes them rethink, makes them wrong. They misdirect. Is what she was doing. She was misdirecting and giving long-winded answers and explanations about anecdotal situations that aren't the norm, that aren't the general outcome or the general correct way about situations. She wanted to give anecdotal information about the incorrect way of something. And at least she was honest where she said she regretted something. And that's most of you women. You'll end up with the regret of chasing something that you shouldn't be and sacrificing marriage and the family and having kids to chase that. You'll end up regretting something. And Kendra doesn't have kids to this day. At least she admitted that she regrets it. What women should do is get married young and have kids young and be a wife young. That's what you should do.
I have been married for 51 years. Got 2 sons, 42 and 40. Damn deadbeats. I'm still supporting the little boogers. Needed to take a test to see if any of us had a kidney good enough for my brother. Found out something interesting. They ain't my kids. They're somebody else's.
The 51 years of marriage. It's a damn shame.
The good thing is, I know it's not my fault that those 2 idiots got dumped into this world. Hell, I thought they took after their mother. Instead, they take after the plumber or the postman or the milkman, or, yeah, there were milkmen back when they came around. I mean, God only knows. It sure gets old. I do wish I knew who the real fathers were. And they ain't the same. She was bopping a couple of different guys. But if I could figure out who they were, I've been practicing law long enough that I pretty well figure I can sue their ass and get all my money back that I sunk into those 2 deadbeats.
If he figured that one out, he need to let other men know.
Chaps my ass. She couldn't tell me. I'd probably forgiven her. Maybe not. You know how it is. Yeah, boys. Y'all need to go get your own paternity test. You can't tell by looking who's the daddy. Unless you're looking down at the genetic level. I've been in court thousands of times in paternity suits. And 4 out of 5 times, guy says he ain't the daddy, he's right.
Men have intuition
too. The only way to prove it for sure. These
may not know for sure.
Everything that looks fun.
But we know.
You thought you liked sex. You ain't nothing. Well, I guess that pretty well completes that story.
Now, there's, for me, one huge takeaway from that story. And I'm going to give a 2-part response to the takeaway. Part number 1. This happens all too much. This is all too common, where women lie about the father of their children to a man who is not the father. Point number 2, which is the main point. This is the most egregious and sadistic betrayal and lie that 2 people can have between each other in a relationship. This tops it all, that one person could lie to another person in this fashion. because of 51 years of marriage, or 30 years, or 5 years, or pretty much 18 years of that kid life, and however many years of marriage. That is a betrayal that is longer lasting than any lie that can ever be told between two people in a relationship, even cheating. Where women are hurt because of men sleeping with other women, infidelity, cheating, or whatever. You women hold that so dear to your hearts that it's the great betrayal and the greatest lie. And it's not, because we see what is. And that infidelity betrayal is short-lived. Those two people could not be married, not have kids, will break up, and she'll get over it. It's fleeting. It's short-lived. There's so many ways that could be short-lived, and she'll get over it. And all of us get cheated on, men and women. So that betrayal is short-lived. But a woman cheating can result in kids, and this kind of betrayal is different for a woman to commit infidelity. It's different because it results in lies like this. A lie of who's the father. It's a much greater betrayal than infidelity. And there's so much that could be said about it that I'm just going to stop my response there. But if you guys enjoyed the content, please like it, and more so, subscribe. It's not going to cost you nothing to hit that subscribe button. So please subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to see more content like this, want to see more videos when I post them, hit the notification button to notify you when I post those, when I post new videos. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Until next time, y'all be easy.